Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantabulous episode of the wondrously exciting and hilarious Housefire. I do hope you're very well. Apparently, yeah, don't exaggerate. Apparently, there's some kind of virus going around, so let's hope it's nothing serious and it won't affect our day-to-day lives. Tonight's show is sponsored by Top of the Morning Coffee, and you can find them at Top of the Morning Coffee, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because that's their fucking name. Anyway, as usual, there's been a bit of a discussion this week about privacy on Facebook. And this always cracks me up because you're on Facebook. Take a selfie while having a wank in the morning, you know? It's like, cheese, I just did. At this point, your privacy is more fucked than my mother. It's like David Beckham saying, "Does anyone know I'm shagging Victoria?" Keep stum on that one. Actually, I'm joking here, but terrible thing happened to me this week, ladies and gentlemen. I need to talk about it. My wife has forbidden me from watching any more Spice Girls videos. Yes, I'm on cock down. That's what I call it. Cock down. Well, you know what really annoys me about Facebook now is this. I don't know if you've seen it. It's positive thinking. It's all over fucking Facebook. I hate it, and it's positive thinking. Think of 3 things you like every day for 30 days, and life will smile back at you. No, it won't. Fuck off. Hello. Oh, sorry. I'm getting heckled virtually.
No. I've just seen the lineup, and I actually have to be gone in 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to have to head off.
Be gone. That's very biblical, wasn't it? Be gone. You know, but don't worry. You know, and I hate this. You know, think of 3 things you like every day for 30 days. How the fuck can I think of 3 things I like every day for 30 days? Right? There are only 5 Spice Girls. I want to get through the fucking weekend. And even if I did, it'd still be Monday afterwards, so go fuck yourself, you know. The other thing I hate on Facebook now is this 6 truths about you. Have you seen this bullshit? This is how fucking bored we're all getting with lockdown. 6 truths about you. And you know what I hate about it? It's always fucking positive. No matter how big a wanker you are, it's always positive, you know. You could have Adolf Hitler up there. You could have fucking Adolf Hitler, and there'd be, you have the courage of your convictions. You know what you believe. You have strong beliefs. You're good at convincing other people. You're good at getting followers. Do what you want. Genocide, kill the Jews. That's your thing, Adolf. Go, boy. Go, go, go. For Christ's sake. Now, anyway, I tried computer dating, but I don't find computers attractive. I dated an italic, but it wasn't my type. I dated a frog, but it wasn't Kermitted. I dated a member of One Direction, but he was a fucking cunt. I tried to open a Twitter account, but I can't get a handle on it. I tried to open one of those old sort of websites, but I need my space. I tried to talk to One Direction, but they're a bunch of fucking cunts, aren't they? Anyway, before we start, I want to do something a bit different today. I want to do something a bit original, because I'm always moaning, you know, so I thought I'd do something a bit different, a bit of fun. I want to do an impersonation. Is that right? Can I do an impersonation? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the level of energy I'm trying to maintain. Good. I'm going to fucking do it anyway, so... This is my impersonation, right? Who's this? I've been practicing all day. Who's this? Right. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Wilkins. Yes. When I, or rather if I feel the need for your contributions, I shall no doubt ask for them. In the meantime, will you kindly belt up? Some of these boys want to pass their GCSE. Right, who's that? Who's that? Who is it? Do you know who it is? Do you know who it is?
Your
No?
mum.
No, it's Mr. Ross, my old physics teacher. Right. No, seriously, I mean, you don't know him, but that was perfect. That was just like him. It was brilliant, you know. So, because then Mr. Ross was my favourite teacher, but I think he had a bit of a breakdown towards the end. He kind of flipped, you know, because he used to be really nice, and then something happened. I remember there was one lesson. I can remember it like it was yesterday. You know, we were mucking around. Normally he was all right, but this time we were mucking around, and I'm not joking. He looks up and he goes, "Where's your fucking manners, you fucking spastics?" And we were so shocked. We were so shocked. Because it's where are your fucking manners, you fucking spastics, isn't it? Where are your fucking manners? Get it right, fucking teacher, you know what I mean? You know, when my cousin went to school, there was a strict rule of no makeup, no high heels, and no mascara. I thought, fair enough, it is an all-boys school, so, you know. Which reminds me, because when I was at school, they used to call me names, stick my head down the toilet, kick my face in, you know. They were tough, our teachers. Not like now. No, they're too soft. Because actually, I was reading about a kid who was bullied, and apparently they kept calling him gay. It's absolutely true. And they kept calling this poor kid gay. And in the end, the kid goes to the headmaster, right? And the headmaster says, "What happened?" And he said, "They keep calling me gay." And the headmaster says, "Well, what do you do when they call you gay? Do you react?" And he said, "No." He said, "Do you respond? Do you stick up for yourself?" He says, "No." He says, "Do you do anything at all?" And the kid says, "No." And the master says, "Well, then obviously you are gay. Fuck out of my office, you poof." Well said. Anyway, but the one thing that I achieved in my life was academic. Actually, I got into Cambridge University, really, and it was the only thing I've ever achieved. But even that kind of turned against me. You know, because there was this aunt. I used to have this aunt, and like every time I asked her a question, she'd be like, "Oh, got into Cambridge, doesn't know," you know. And it was really annoying. I'd say, like, you know, "Excuse me, where's the light switch?" "Oh, got into Cambridge, doesn't know where the light switch is." So yeah, what time is it? "Oh, got into Cambridge, doesn't know what time it is." Like, "Is there any food left in the fridge?" "Oh, got into Cambridge, there's any food left in the fridge." Why don't you fuck off? "Oh, got into Cambridge, doesn't know why I don't fuck off."
Did you really get into Cambridge?
And I'm going to fuck off, and I'm going to introduce the first act. All right, this is a very funny act. I saw him last week. He's hilarious. He did the Gong Show last night. All right, Gong. If you don't know anything about comedy, Gong Show is basically suicide, and I'm very proud that he's still here to do tonight's show. So please give a big round of applause for the hilarious Dominic the Comic.
Hello, it's true. Being here still is an achievement, but I'm going to tell you guys some stories that are true, actually. I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me last week. I lost my virginity. An achievement. Yep, very good achievement, I thought. But that's a lie. It wasn't last week. I was 16, and as we know, in the legal age to have sex in the UK is 16. And I know this because when I turned 16, my mum gave me some condoms. But these were not normal condoms. She gave me novelty comedy joke condoms in the shape of an octopus. And these condoms had tentacles coming out the side of them. But that wasn't a problem. I put them in my wallet, forgot about them because when I was 16, I could barely speak to a girl, let alone seduce one. The chances of me having sex were very, very low. Ultra thin, I suppose you could say. And so then a few weeks after that, I was at a house party, as you do, and this stunning girl, and that's me, we were talking back and forth for a while. I'm kind of pinching my skin, thinking, wow, I'm talking to a female this must be a dream, but it wasn't. And then she said, do you want to go upstairs? And I was thinking, yes, absolutely. And then she said to me, we're getting down to it, and she said, have you got any protection? I said, I have. You're not going to like it. And the worst thing about it, the tentacles on the condom, bigger than my penis. And this girl worked at the local, in later life, she worked at the local pub. So every time I go there now, or we used to go there, I get greeted the name of Octopus Boy, which is nice. So I had a bit more success. Well, I haven't had much success with the ladies recently, but I was actually going to go on Tinder a while ago because obviously it's all we can really do at the moment. And she was great too. She was amazing, and I didn't really know what to say. I thought I'd be direct but humorous. So the first message I sent, I just said, Netflix and chill? ? 5 minutes go by. She replies. She just says no. I think, all right, fair enough. Maybe. She doesn't like Netflix. That's the only reason I can see. So let's try a different approach. How about Amazon Prime and casual sex? 7 minutes go by this time. And she says, still no. I thought, all right, maybe my approach is a bit strong. Going straight in for the sex, maybe not the way to do it. So I said, how about Now TV and just a coffee? And then she replies instantly this time. So I'm thinking that's a good thing. And she says, kill yourself. So clearly, Tinder's not for me. Just signed up for Grindr. Yeah. That's me done. If you can all follow my TikTok, that'd be amazing. And I'll be famous. Thank you, Michael, Kim.
All right. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. Hilarious. Dominic, the comic. Yeah, that reminds me. That reminds me of a joke, which is what sounds like. Was it? Yeah. What looks like epilepsy sounds like shit and gives priests an erection. TikTok. Anyway, I remember when I lost my virginity, it was the best 2 seconds of my life. No, it was great because you hear all these horror stories about losing your virginity. Oh, it was fucking brilliant, you know, because I think I was about 23, I think 25, and I got to the point where I thought it's not going to happen. So I was just kind of relieved that it did. I thought it was great, you know. So I lost my anal virginity. Yeah, anal sex. Fuck that shit. Literally. Worked out how to put on a condom. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because my wife takes the pill. She wears the pessary, and she makes me put on a condom. Methinks the lady doth protect too much.
I don't really know what's going on there.
So there's a little bit of interference coming in there. So that's very English, wasn't it? Yeah. See what else going on there? Yeah. No, it's all right. Don't worry. Yeah.
Don't worry,
I love
blame the tech guy. Don't worry, blame the guy running the tech.
Well, would you believe that this show is live? Isn't that incredible? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
fucking
I've never understood why. I've never understood. You know, people use Tinder, and they're kind of proud to find a partner on Tinder. I'm like, you know, it can't be that difficult. That's what it's for. You know, it's like finding a prostitute in a brothel or something. You know, it's not difficult. It's, I got a lady for the night. Wonderful. Where did you find her? In a whorehouse. Oh, well done. Don Giovanni between us tonight. You know, well done. Anyway, when I have sex with gypsies, I wear protection. Yeah, gas mask actually. And you think that's racist? Good. Because they fucking piss me off, the gypsies. They're in Rome. No, seriously, I know gypsies in other countries, okay, but in Rome, they're such a pain in the fucking ass. No, they really are, you know. And I was in the underground, and this gypsy comes up to me and says, you know, give me your money. And I said, why? And he wasn't expecting that. And he said, this is true. He said, because if you give me your money, I will live longer. I said, you haven't thought this through, have you? The guy next to me said, you're a clitoris. I said, what do you mean? He said, turning into a cunt. Anyway, no, they do. They really piss me off. The gypsies, they really get on my nerves. There's no joke coming. There's no joke coming. You know. In fact, there's a game that I play in the underground. It's called Avoid the Gypsy. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The winner gets to keep his money. Anyway, moving on. We have another returning comedian. This is one of my favourite comedians. We've done a lot of shows together. So please give a big round of applause for the hilarious Ryan Stannard.
Hello. How is it going? See, I didn't realise I was going to be first because I do have to talk off in a minute. But I just need to actually get up something to actually do some of my set. But yes, I'm Ryan Stannard. And I won't be blabbering on for too long, you know, talk all that shit, because I've got a little bit of a song which I've improvised to sing to you guys for 2 minutes in a little bit. So yes, you guys, you may need to go to a doctor's later on because your ears are going to be fucking bleeding. Because trust me, I take the piss out of Justin Bieber for just singing Baby, and I don't like him at all. My ears bleed, but whenever you guys will hear me sing, your ears will fucking bleed. It's going to be like the end of the month all over again. But out of your ears. So, see, being locked in all the time, right, it just makes me realise how fucking shit life is. I mean, I've been in this room for 6 days in a row because, yes, I have COVID-19. Fucking bollocks. It's a ball ache. Not just a ball ache, it's an actual fucking ball ache. All over my body. Do you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going to do that little bit of that step for my... Fucking hell, I've even forgotten what the... Oh my god. I knew having that joint before this wouldn't fucking be good. But yes, so, during the first lockdown, I had COVID-19 as well. And it was really fucking depressing. So my girlfriend came over every single day to cook for me. And one day when she came in, I said, look, here, I've made you a poem because I know that you are super bored and depressed, coming here every single day to care for me. So I said this to her. Roses are red, violets are blue, do you have coronavirus because I can't stop looking at you? She ain't my girlfriend anymore. Fucking too much. She couldn't even. But yeah, no. See, I fucking hate Justin Bieber because there's one word, right, which started off his career was baby. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you my fucking baby for you to drug up. I've got more experience with drugs than you fucking have, mate. Fucking getting arrested, getting fined for it and everything. What a fucking dickhead. Absolutely hate him. So, this is going to be the last little bit of my set tonight. I know I've been proper shit tonight because, well, I've been up for 48 hours and I'm tired as fuck. So, I hope you enjoy this. And as I said, go to a doctor's afterwards because your ears will be fucking bleeding. So, here we go. Sorry if this live gets copyrighted on YouTube. But anyway, fuck it. Here we go. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from COVID-19. You're so fucking boring. I don't need you. I've got to break free from this fucking agony. Oh yeah, God knows I want to break free. I've fallen deep into it. I've fallen into the depth of the virus, and this time I know it's for real. I've fallen deep in it. And every single time I walk outside the door, I have to make sure that I'm all masked up. It's strange, but it's true, yeah. I don't need you, COVID-19. That's what I'm going to do. I've been Brian Stannard. Thank you very much.
Whoa! Thank you so much. So I understand a bit of music there. Actually, I met Freddie Mercury once. Oh yeah, I met Freddie Mercury, and I said, how many virgins do you want to deflower tonight, Freddie? And he said, I want to break 3. Good old Freddie Mercury. He was doing he was doing some half castrations. Freddie Mercury. This is true. He was doing some half castrations, and I said, Freddie, are you enjoying it? And he said, I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. I actually, when I go to parties, I say that I do half castrations, just to get the ball rolling. Yeah. I'm joking here, but I once went to a short-sighted castrator. I said, can I have my ball back, please? My best friend spent 300 £300 on a ticket to see Elton John. There must be easier ways to tell your parents you're gay. To convince my parents I'm gay, I'd bust my ass. They sold me a phony set of scales. Never got away with it. Now, I'm just bullshitting now. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and fuck off again. And instead, I'm going to introduce the next act. This is a new act. I've seen it once. I think it was the Tokyo show, I think. I can't remember. I've done so many fucking shows, I can't remember. Yeah. There are 3 things I always forget. Don't you forget about me. Who the fuck sang that? So let's give a big round of applause for the next act, Jana Kelly.
So there's this guy, and his name's Sherlock, and I was driving Uber, and I thought, this would be a good parody. Holmes saves the day. Moriarty couldn't get in his way. Watson helps him out, and Miss Hudson sits and pouts, for she saw Yin and Yang get away. Holmes is the man whose stratagem is always the best plan. He loves to collude, especially when he acts rude, but he works best as an unhealthy dude. Anywho, you know the difference between a mom joke and a dad joke? Well, it's apparent. I live in California, and I'm from Fresno originally, sort of. When I went to BYU, everybody was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Central Cal." Nobody really cared. It's either NorCal or SoCal. So, yeah, I like Fresno a lot. It's yes, not Fresno. I guess Reno doesn't have that problem though. They're kind of confident in their name. They don't have yes as a thing. But yeah, I come to the Bay Area, and I lived here about 6 years, 7 years. I like the wind here. I'm a big fan. Let's see. You know, there used to be Abbott and Costello's Who's On First. Well, now they have a British spin-off that is going to air, and it's called Doctor Who's On First. Watson's on second, Sherlock's on home, and Ricky Gervais is on shortstop with I don't freaking care. You know, 5 out of 4 comics. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
5 out of 4 comics understand fractions. You know, I'm a bipolar comic like the most of us, and I'm not the only thing in the world that's bipolar. The world itself has 2 poles. Let's see. Batman is also bipolar. They have a positive and negative side. So yeah, Magneto might be on the spectrum. Let's see. I live in San Francisco, and I live on a boat. I might be homeless, but I'm boat full. And hope floats. You know, that's what I've found. Hope does float. Yeah, I'm a happy sailor, and I didn't miss the boat like my ex did, because he wasn't able to be a Navy SEAL. He missed the boat. He is in the Navy, and good for him. I wrote a song about him. You know, because going through a divorce, you have to write a song for your ex. I'll sing a little bit to you now. It's actually super kind. I decided to have a divorce, like a Christ-like divorce. So it goes like this. Wishing you with your heart of gold, more love than this life could ever hold. Dream bigger, dream wider, keep your aim held high. Be more than you ever knew. But the only caveat to that is do it without me. The funny thing about a restraining order is one song that you would sing someone who you give a restraining order to is, you say it best when you say nothing at all. All right, thank you. I don't know if that's 5 minutes or 7, but there you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for John Kelly. Wonderful stuff there. Excellent stuff. Yeah,
for you, Michael, I forgot to say, I used to be a Spice Girl. Did you know that?
Used to be a Spice Girl. Which one?
The one that was at Sugar and Spice and everything nice. I used to.
That was all of them. Yeah, don't encourage me. Don't encourage me out. Who the fuck is Pumpkin Spice? Who is Pumpkin Spice? I keep saying this. I don't know who.
Your mother.
That's me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Because
totally my choice of aftershave reflects my
out.
masturbation habit. Yeah, Old Spice. Old Spice. Yeah.
Bit like your mother's vagina.
Yeah, there's nothing fun about mother's vagina. We've all been there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. What's the difference between my mother's vagina and my mother's living room? You take your shoes off before you enter her living room. Anyways, I was enjoying that because I love keels. You know, Jana was talking about ships, and I love keels. Keels really rock my boat. They really rock my boat. Yeah. I love the Earth's axis. It really rocks my world.
Woo!
Yeah. I love my grandfather. I love my grandmother's chair. It really rocks. It really rocks. But I don't trust ships. I think they're rigged. I don't trust zoos. Thank you. I don't trust zoos. I think they're cagey. I don't trust One Direction. I think they're a pile of shit. No, but anyway, you mentioned Doctor Who there. There's a new series of Doctor Who. Do you know, I'm so excited about the new series of Doctor Who. I'm going to have a party last week. That's how excited I am, yeah. Also, interesting show there. He said, Watson, I'm constipated.
No shit.
Well done. Well done. Because I love all those old shows. I'm a big fan there. I don't know, Jana, if you like Agatha Christie. You a fan of Agatha Christie?
She's fucked off.
She's fucked off, all right. That's the level of interest I expect from an Agatha Christie fan. Because the only thing I hate about Agatha Christie is there's always that moment where two people haven't seen each other for a long time. And they kind of bump into each other just by coincidence. And one of them always recognizes the other one because they have a little mannerism, right? They have a little mannerism. But what annoys me, it's never a subtle mannerism. You know, it's never like, oh, I recognized him because of the way he scratches his head when he's confused. Or I recognized him because when he's thinking, he has a little twitch just above his eyebrow here. No. It's never something like that. It's always something really fucking obvious. Something really fucking obvious. It's like, So I was thinking today we could. We could go shopping. I recognize him now. Did you see that? Did you miss that? He kind of gave it away. It's like, how did you know it was me? Well, it was that thing. I knew it was you. I knew it was you. Anyway, next up is an act I will have no difficulty recognizing. That is possibly the worst ever seen.
You fucking forgot it last time.
Yeah, and everybody would have forgotten it if you hadn't fucking pointed that out. You know that. So moving on. Big round of applause for the hilarious Elazar Friedman.
Woo!
Where did Jenna go?
I don't fucking know.
That's
There's a little femininity in whenever there's a girl at an open mic, it's such a rare, thing. It's just a bunch of like masturbation jokes, and then like la 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 la, just like a female masturbation. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's so nice when there's like got fired and it wasn't my fault. La 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 la. It's just like little those open mics. It's like oh god. Sometimes you listen to a joke and a comic's like talking about getting fired, and you're like, this isn't funny because he was right to fire you. It's trying to make anyway. Oh man, Justin, I didn't see you before. Welcome. Thank God you could find some time in between shampoo commercials to join us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand the joke at all.
Go explain it.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, all right. Anyway, so I'll get started, sometimes I see like dollar stores. I don't know if you have them if they're pound stores. I don't know what you have. But like
Euro stores.
Euro stores. But, all right, you're from Rome. They'll see like a dollar store, and they'll be very excited. They'll be like, everything here is $1, and I'm like, yeah, and everything is worth $1. What? Are you excited? Like if I walked in and they sold camels, then I'll be like, it's a good deal. They sell everything, and I don't need a camel. But they sell everything, including camel. This really is the dollar store. Everything is $1, including camels. I watch, football, and I always feel bad for goalies because every time there's like a goal, they play it back in slow motion like 50 times, right? And the goalie always looks stupid in slow motion, right? You can see the moment his eyes that he realizes he messed up, but he's already in midair and he can't really do anything about it. It's like just and also the goalies feel the most guilty when there's a goal. They're always like with their face down on the grass, feeling like the team is bummed, but they're like really like they're really upset, and they always think it's their fault. There's just because there's a last line of defense, there's something about it where it feels like it's that no matter how bad the defense was, you could come up to a goalie and he'll be like, oh, it was all my fault, Yeah. And you could be like, listen, man, your teammates were on the other side of the field doing somersaults. Maybe some of the blame they should get. Right on you. I once saw like a clip. This was years ago. I think I don't even know, like 9 years ago, maybe. When I was a child on YouTube, I just saw like a video of a goalie who did the crazy. It was like in a real soccer game. There was like an audience. It was a big field, and what he did was someone kicked the ball, and what he did was insane. How do I describe this? He jumped on his hands and then flipped his feet over and blocked, and he did a handstand and blocked the ball with his feet. Looked amazing, but I still have nightmares about if he had failed to stop goal. No, I don't know. It's not even my problem, but I just can't. It's like he does the flip and the ball goes in. Then he has to explain to his coach and his teammates. He's like, I thought it would look really cool, and they're like, you idiot! Just do that. This is a big deal. There's a lot of people watching. But it's he blocked it, you know. There are just certain moments in life that give me nightmares, you know. Recently, that don't even happen necessarily. You know, recently I was talking to a pretty girl from my town. I was just sitting and talking, and then I felt a fart. You know how when your feet are up and you're all confident that you won't fart, and when your feet are up, and you know your asshole is in the perfect farting. You know, you're not sitting, you're not your feet are up, you're cocky, right? And I felt the fart come, and sometimes I don't control these farts. This time I did. I didn't fart, but my heart still pounds from how close I was to farting next to this girl. She was like, it was going well. The conversation was going well, but I could have destroyed everything. Would have had to leave town. Ugh. You know, getting old is scary for everybody. I think it's pretty universal. I realized that the scariest, the moment that scared me the most of getting older was I used to work in garage doors. And I worked for this, and I was fixing a garage door for this old black guy. I was installing a new garage door. And then something he said made me realize how apathetic old people are to their friends dying. Okay, really scared. All right, because here's what was happening. He was folding laundry in the back of the garage. I was working in the front. He was folding laundry. He gets a call. Right, he picks up the phone. And he does that thing, you know, and he keeps folding laundry. And as he's talking, I realize that someone on the other side on the other line is telling him about a friend that was very close to them dying. And you know, the black guy was doing the black guy. Oh Lord, he took another one. Oh Lord, not Patrice, Lord. Can't believe he took another brother from us, Lord. And it was very sad, but he never stopped folding laundry as he was getting the news. And I realized, oh shit, life is cold, you know. He was doing that thing your mom does when she's doing a chore and talking with her friend at the same time. He was doing that, but he was getting news of death of someone close to him. Someone justified him. Oh Lord, you know, I don't know. All right, let's go to somewhere. Penguins. You know, penguins. I always thought they were like a suspicious animal. You know, they're always just you know. But I realized that it's because their eyes are on the sides of their head. So whenever they look at anything, it looks like they're suspicious of it. They're like, "You talk to my girl? Did you look at her?" I'm like, whoa, this penguin is Italian. I read that if dolphins had thumbs, they would be as advanced as we are, which is got to be so frustrating, right? Because you know, here we are with cities and spaceships and culture, right? And they're just like, God damn it! These stupid flippers! I have so many ideas. but I can't do anything. I have an idea for an app. I don't have any thumbs. Moths, you know. Here it's night. Here in Israel. Oh, it's probably in the UK. It's also dark too. There's always moths trying to get. They're pretty obsessed with light. I don't know if you've noticed this. They're always trying to get at light bulbs. You ever notice moths are always like, "Oh my god, a light bulb," you know? And I wonder, when a moth like reaches a light bulb, is he finally happy, or does he realize that the light bulb was inside him all along? You know? And then he goes back to his moth community and he's like, it's the journey to the light bulb, not the light bulb. I'm a very sympathetic guy to bugs. I don't, those guys who trap the bug in a cup with the paper. That's me. You know, I don't like to step on them. And I'm very kind to bugs. I trap them and then I take them out the front door and I release them. But I'm always concerned that because they're so small that I drop them off too far away from their family and they'll never find them again. You know, they're so tiny. You know, they don't have that would be like if you picked me up in in New York and put me down in Alaska. You know, they don't have WhatsApp. They don't have phones. They don't have Google Maps. Oh, Mama, Papa, where are you? I did this. Have either of you heard of horse therapy?
Yeah, from you.
From you. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you know this about they can sense certain emotions you have and fears, and so there's a certain therapy where you can ride a horse and glean insights into your life through the horse. And I did this, and I was doing it for 5 minutes. And the horse turns to me and says, "She's not that into you." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa." Right, listen, horse. Look at this selfie. It's flirty. Tell me it's not flirty, okay? You don't have all the information, horse. Okay, I'm done here. Good day, horse. That. You know, I saw this you know, the liberals, they're always like, "Oh, the planet, and, recycle your tissue paper." I saw this Netflix thing where they're like, "Did you know every time you do a Google search, it's the equivalent energy of 3 light bulbs?" And I'm like, okay. And, I just Googled the population of Norway. You know how much energy it would have taken to check that myself? It still saves a lot of energy. That's it. Flight to Norway. Every time I ring a doorbell, that's energy. Every time it's a lot of energy to count the population. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Whoa! Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Elazar Friedman. Hilarious, as always. Yeah. It's interesting you're talking about football. I'm not a big fan of football. I like footballers' wives. That's about it. Ever since Victoria Beckham, good old Victoria Beckham, David Beckham. In fact, the BBC has accused David Beckham of overexposure. Yeah. David will be on the BBC to talk about that later. In fact, I read that David Beckham is suing over intellectual property. Yeah, I think that's the first time ever the words David Beckham and intellectual have been used in the same sentence. But, I don't know what it is with Victoria Beckham. I mean, she was really quite fit back in '96, and I say that with all due respect to Melanie C. She was quite fit in '96, but you look at her now, God, I'd rather fuck David, quite honestly. She looks like a cross between a stick insect and another stick insect, I mean, I'm all in favour of celebrities supporting charities, but I read that Victoria Beckham actually went to Africa for comic relief. Sorry, I don't think Victoria Beckham is a very good example for a starving baby, you know? She's going, oh, eat the food, eat the food. You have to eat the food. I think they give her the fucking food, you know what I mean? So anyway, but as Elazar mentioned, I live in Italy. Yeah, I've been living in Italy for 20 years. And after 20 years in Rome, I finally found a great place to work. London. Yeah, there's fuck all here, you know. I've started a new Facebook page for people who never fuck, so pretend they'd rather be socializing. It's called Expats in Rome. This is Rome 20 years ago. Fucking bus ain't coming. This is Rome now. I've got this awesome application on my telephone. It says fucking bus ain't coming. That's progress. Life is miserable, isn't it? You know, you wait 30 minutes for a bus, nothing turns up, then all of a sudden still nothing fucking turns up. That's it. Yeah. No, but I seriously, I consider myself Italian now because 20 years ago, this is all true. You know, 20 years ago, I bought a beautiful bound copy of La Divina Commedia, the Divine Comedy. It's not very funny. No, but seriously, I bought this. I'm Italian because I bought this beautiful bound copy of the Divine Comedy, and I put it on my bookcase. Right, beautiful. 20 years ago, put it on my bookcase, and every day for the last 20 years, I've gone nowhere near the fucker. It's fucking boring as shit. Yeah. Because that's what it's like in Italy. It's like, you know, Fellini. Fellini is the great director. This is true. And, you know, when you say to an Italian, what do you think of Fellini? Oh, Fellini, genius, visionary, the best. I say, oh, really? Because I have a 40-hour documentary about Fellini. Do you want to watch it? Fuck off, you cunt. The fucking football on. Anyway, enough about me. We're going to move on now with someone I know fairly well. And this is a guy, basically, he's the person who got me doing this, which is another crime against humanity that he's committed. So big round of applause for the hilarious Kim Nash.
Thank you. Yes. I'm the one who hired. What the fuck is going on there? Someone's having a windy day. Someone's having a very good wank, otherwise. Anyway, moving on. Yes, okay, start timer now. I don't know why I'm starting a timer. It's my show. I go as long as I fucking want. But yes, I'm gonna do a mix of new stuff and old stuff, or as I call it, I'll call it my back method. Yes, mainly because no one gives a shit because they ain't getting their money back. See, as long as you go by the back method, it's fine. If you do a paid gig, even if you fuck it up, those fuckers aren't getting their money back. They don't care. Anyway, moving on. Who here is in a relationship at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, okay. But have you ever looked at, you know, like romantic text, and you look back on your text messages and gone, "Did I write that? Did I write that shit? Is that my penis? Why is my penis being sent to my mother?" Moving on. My neighbours recently, my wonderful neighbours, have been they've been getting quite concerned recently. Well, wouldn't you if at 3 o'clock in the morning you just hear this from outside your door? Shut up, you cunt! Like, wouldn't you get a bit concerned? Like, recently that happened and I did that. And my neighbour asked me literally the other day, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Yeah, apart from being in lockdown and me being mentally unstable, apart from that, everything's fine." Moving on. It's a lot better when the Americans understand these jokes. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I used to get bullied quite a lot. Yeah, I know. I look like the sort of guy that deserves to be bullied. I bully myself sometimes as a sexual pleasure. You call it BDSM, I call it KNSM. Kim Nash sensory thumping. Anyway, fuck off. It's fucking 7 o'clock at night. Fuck off. Give me a chance. But yeah, when I was younger, people used to call me Kim Kardashian. Yeah. I put up with that shit for 7 years. 7 years of that shit. And eventually I stood up to him, you know, and the main bully said, "Have you got a problem with us?" And I went, "I have no problem in murdering several of you within the next 5 minutes. I have no problem in murdering you all. It's fine." I just want to clarify, if you're going to murder someone, make it look like an accident, at least. Why do I feel like I'm going to end up in a court case within the next 20 minutes? Interesting. Where do I go from there? I'm going to be honest. I'm not good at making friends. I'm going to tell you a genuine conversation that I have with random people in the. It's nice to meet you. How's your day going? Please be my friend. Please be my friend. I'm lovely. Anyway, moving on. How fucking longer have I got on my fucking time? 3.5 minutes. Fucking hell. Okay, here we go.
Go on.
Right. I know I'm gonna go on. It's fucking right. Here we go. 3 minutes 8 seconds. Okay. So I don't know about you, but I feel like as comics we have goals, don't we? We all have goals that we need to try and achieve. You know, Elazar maybe to do a David Attenborough documentary, or Nick to grow some hair. I don't know. Don't kill me, mate. Or maybe Justin to maybe delete his TikTok. or maybe, you know, or maybe Michael to stop talking about the Spice Girls and actually get a fucking life. But for me, but for me, my goal as a comic is to be called a cunt by Sir Bob Geldof. Does anyone remember that when he called Russell Brand a cunt live on TV? No? Good. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. Right, what do I do for the next 2 minutes? 2.5 minutes. Okay, so here we go. So I got told recently that a lot of things I do are in comedy. All the things I do in comedy are stupid, and people say to me that, you know, I don't have depth. You know, I don't have depth, and I don't have a dark side. I'm going to prove to you over the next 95 seconds that I do have a dark side. So to start off with, you know, I have big, flashy red strokes which aren't making any fucking difference. Yeah, and it's not my fault I don't have depth. I was brought up like this, you know, like, it's not my fault that my dad didn't turn up to any of my school plays. It's not my fault my dad didn't turn up to any school plays. This is where it goes fucking downhill now. You know, it's not my fault my dad didn't turn up to any of my ball games. He didn't turn up to any of them. He didn't turn up to any of them. He didn't turn up to any of them. He didn't turn up! He was only sleeping! My mother's sister. Okay, but apart from my dad sleeping with my mother's sister, I want to finally, to finish off my set, I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. She's also my bitch as well. And my bitch, this is my bitch. The wall is my bitch. I do everything to this wall. No, you definitely do not fuck pillows. No matter what Kurt Seaglon says. Anyway, on that note, I've been Kim Nash. I'm about to have a heart attack. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Wonderful stuff there from Kim Nash. Wonderful stuff, as always. Yeah, very interesting talking about your family. I have a confession to make. I tried incest. I'm in a passive incest. You know, family comes first. Family comes first. You know, yeah. Incest pornography, that's good family viewing, isn't it? Yeah. No, seriously, I have a confession to make. I tried incest just once. Yeah. But I'm sworn to secrecy about who it was with. Mum's the word. Mum's the word, you know. Yeah. My dad keeps lecturing me about my Madonna obsession. I said, Papa, don't preach. Anyway, no, but it's interesting what Kim was saying about friends. You know, you never know who your friends really are. Unless you're on Facebook, there's a fucking list. Makes things so much easier, isn't it? You know? No, because my sister, not the one I fancy, my other sister, my sister said, I don't know what I'm doing tonight. She said, have you looked on Facebook? It's all up there, you know, any kind of shit you want to find out, you know. And there's this other thing on Facebook which has been pissing me off, and it's this hilarious story, this hilarious comment, and it's, I told a girl she was pregnant, turned out she was just fat. And I'm like, well, big deal, you know, because no woman would be offended by that. You know? Do you know what would offend a woman? Telling her she's fat when she's just pregnant. That'd piss her off, you know. I'd be like, oi, fatty, fuck off, you little shit. No one's ever called me that before. Because I don't, you know, some people think I'm sexist. I'm not sexist. I just genuinely don't understand some of the mechanisms of the female mind. You know, I read on Wikipedia, so it must be true. It must be true. It said the most popular song with women. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? The most popular song with women. It's not the Spice Girls. I can understand that. I can understand that, you know. Beatles, Sex Pistols, Spice Girls. That's fine. No, the most popular song with women is Girls Just Wanna Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. And apparently that's really popular with women. And I thought, imagine if a man wrote that. Imagine if it was a man. Oh, girls, they just want to have fun, don't they? Yeah. Well, women would like that, would they? Some guys, you know, girls, yeah, they just want to have fun, don't they? You know, they're not intellectual or intelligent or interested like us guys, you know? I mean, there was this women's liver thing, but they're not into that. They don't want jobs. They don't want careers. They just want to have fun. They're women, you know? Glass of bubbly, length of cock, they're all right, you know? You kick his fucking head in, you know? There's only one thing I hate more than women, and it's men. Really. I hate. Do you know how pathetic we men have become? This is true. You know when you open a newspaper and it says like, good news, lads. Cameron Diaz is single again. We asked Cameron Diaz what she looks for in a man. And how is that possibly good news to me? Yeah. What has changed in my life at this point? Like my possibility with Cameron Diaz before this news and my possibility now, there's been a radical rise, has there? I mean, you can't go under zero. You can't have minus possibility. But I'm joking here because I actually once, I once met Megan Fox. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah, it's not a joke. If I was going to joke, I think it's something far better than that. Yeah, I met Megan Fox. No, I didn't. It was a joke. No, really, I met Megan Fox face to face. Yeah, and people say, you know, was it difficult? Suddenly face to face with this gorgeous, sexy, multi-millionaire, internationally adored, recognized, lusted after megastar of stage and screen. Was it difficult? And I say, yes, it was difficult.
Once she calmed down.
Well done. After the initial nerves, she coped really well. Anyway, moving on to another superstar. You've seen my act far too many times, believe me.
Woo!
We can do this together. This is how we communicate. We speak in codes. It's like Dungeon Master. Do you remember Dungeon Master?
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, what a fucking cunt that guy was, honestly. That guy, we want to get home. Yes, well, the way to home, it's fuck off and let me get home, you cunt.
Beep, beep,
Anyway.
beep, 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 beep.
Now, what's going on there? There was a Spice Girls reference there. Moving on now, we got another new act up tonight. I know absolutely fuck all about him, just that I'm going to introduce him. So let's have a big round of applause for Nick Lindemann.
Woo!
Hello, nice to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm Nick Lindemann, apparently taking hairline jokes from a fella can't grow a proper beard yet, but I'm still having fun the show. So I'm a child of divorce. Like any self-respecting American kid, 80s kid that was a child of divorce, I immediately said to myself, hey, how can I play them against each other for my selfish benefit? Cooked up a little lie. Didn't spring it on the first dad's weekend. He would have seen that coming, would have had his radar up. Waited till the third dad's weekend to spring my plot. Hey, Dad, turns out me and Mom talked about it. I don't have to eat my vegetables anymore, and I can watch R-rated movies, and I can stay up till 11:30. Really now? That's what you're going with, son. That's what she said. You're telling me your mom said that? I didn't realize at the time, if you get to be a divorcee, you've been involved in psychological warfare for quite some time. You are unlikely to fall for some bullshit scheme a 9-year-old cooks up. Never occurred to me that he'd just pick up the phone and call her. Hey, Bonnie, listen what this little asshole's peddling. Yeah, vegetables. No, he went for R-rated movies. Yeah, no, he's listening. Oh, trust me, he will. All right, cool. I'll see you Sunday night. Still had landline phones in the late 80s. This is a proper impression of how that went. Look at me. Son, you fucked up, son. There was going to be a monster truck rally this weekend. Was. Then I got grounded on Dad's weekend. You know how terrible it is to get grounded on Dad's weekend? That's the little kid equivalent of getting fired on your day off. Except you're 9, so you can't even go home and smoke weed about it with your friends. You just got to sit on the pull-out sofa and read a book like a nerd. It's terrible. Don't try it. So I've been on the dating apps a lot. I've been on Tinder, some of the other ones, and I'm finding that they're a lot of the same as dating apps any other time. You know, you spend 2 or 3 hours swiping right, and then you try not to cry while masturbating. It's been a good time. It's been fun. A lot of people are down on the dating apps. I actually like them. I think they're pretty great. If you had told 2005 Nick that he would have been able to control so much of his dating life while sitting on the toilet squeezing one out, he would have called you a goddamn liar right to your face. But hey, brave new world, everyone. This is where we're at. And I love the beach versus mountains question. I'm a big fan of that because about 98% of women say both. And you might think that's dodging the question, but in fact, it actually gives me quite a bit of useful information. That was me earlier. I got a train going by. A second, I'm just going to talk louder. So it actually does give me quite a bit of useful information. It tells me I'm always going to have to pick the restaurant, and I'm always going to choose wrong somehow. I'd like to know that as soon as possible. Adjust accordingly based on your attractiveness. It's like that. I actually got to the texting back and forth portion, and she asked me, so why did you swipe right? Like, oh, man. Am I going to have to break it to you? Am I going to be the one that tells you? I swiped right because I, like just about every guy, swiped right on everybody. Everyone. I would happily pay an extra $15 a month for this service if it came with a select all option. That would really, really be a time saver. Free up some more time in my day. So I swiped right because your photo came across my screen. I answered your first text because from that photo, you're at least last call acceptable. And now we're having this back and forth to see if the other one's worth betting a domestic beer on. No, it's not very romantic at all. It's actually kind of a shit, terrible system. But I'm not the fellow that decided to turn dating into shopping for window treatments online. So here we both are. We're going to do mouth stuff. What's the score? And even worse than the dating apps is OnlyFans. Now, if you're using OnlyFans as a substitute for the strip club, fine. I got no problem with that. But some guys apparently are running around thinking that OnlyFans is a dating app. Like it's some sort of fairy tale ending to be had. Like, trust me, no story that starts out with, I Venmo'd her $20 to see her goodies, ends happily ever after. It's just not going to happen. Like, you're buying a sneak peek. You're not buying a pipe dream. Just know what you're getting into. Despite all that, I actually did start dating someone recently. I'm dating a pescatarian. If you don't know, that's where you'll still do seafood. So that's like 90% of the annoying bits of dating a vegan, but she's still like half of my shrimp cocktail. It's been delightful so far. Also, into role playing. Never really been into role playing before. It's kind of new to me, but then I stopped and thought about it, and I realized, hey, you know, in a way, every encounter my entire life has been a little bit of role playing, starring me. It's the fellow that wants to get his noodle wet. So if today's scene means I got to pretend like this is the world's most problematic used car transaction, giddy up, boo. Where's my mark? We're having fun. This is great. So with a little story, I used to, in high school, I used to work at the local theme park, and it never ceases to amaze me how at least twice a week, at least twice every single week, I get stopped in the midway and someone would be like, hey, what's wrong with the roller coaster? Really, dude? I'm dressed like an old-timey saloon keeper right now. I'm obviously still 17 years old, and I'm carrying a tray of soft pretzels. Like, you really think I'm headed to do some mechanical engineering at the moment? Just going to drop these off and double back for my toolbox? I don't know. The flux capacitor. What do you want from me, man? Like, it has to get grown up. Nick Lindemann, that's been my time. Thank you so much for having me. Get to your host, Michael. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Whoa, that was I mentioned Dante before. That was, in the words of Dante, totally fucking awesome. So thank you for that. Yeah, no, I've been reading. You know, I've been reading a bit of Dante recently. You know, I've been reading a bit of Samuel Beckett. Yeah,
Fucking shit.
It is total and utter fucking shit. Yeah, it is not fucking shit. It is total and fucking utter fucking shit. That's my catchphrase, by the way. It comes in very handy.
Get it on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's like anal sex is fucking shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. But seriously, I've been reading Waiting for Godot. Right, it is total and utter fucking shit. Right, I don't know who this Godot cunt is, but he's obviously stud you up. You know, move on, get over it. Don't be so fucking pretentious. You know, we don't all act like that. You know. I'm also reading Samuel Beckett, Happy Days. It is total and utter fucking shit. Can someone tell me what page the Fonzie comes in? Because it's not very funny so far, believe me, you know. I can't understand why people say the Marx Brothers are so hilarious, you know. I read Das Kapital 5 times. Absolutely fuck all. I don't know. Must be the German sense of humor. Anyway, we were talking about interesting shampoo jokes, and I just want to say something. I won a contest for the most hirsute pubis. Oh, yeah. Woo! Thank you. I won that by a hair. I won it by a hair. Yeah. In fact, word nearly got out on how to make young women more attractive to priests. Yeah. It was a close shave. It was a close shave. So anyway, that reminds me, speaking of sexual habits, sometimes I think about the Spice Girls in the nude. Other times I keep my clothes on for it. It gets cold on the bus. So moving on, we have another headliner. This guy's hilarious. I know he's hilarious because I saw him last week. So give a big round of applause for the hilarious Justin Herman.
Thank you. Let's bring all the comments up on the screen again. I love that shit. I love the pressure to make digital eye contact from the community of people least able to make eye contact. That was my favorite part. This has been great, guys. Good show. Elazar, I love what you called the British version of the dollar store, the pound store, which is definitely what I'm going to call my brothel. And give it up for Nick for coming up with a different name for his dick in every single sentence of his set. That was actually the most impressive writing I've seen in years. Clap for him. No, good stuff, guys. It's maybe I missed it, but no one talked about GameStop, which is like the biggest story, right? What a fucking boring life if the stock market is the biggest news of the week. Jesus Christ. The whole Robinhood app, I don't know if you guys know about it in the UK, but Robinhood is this app that's meant to democratize the stock market so that everyone can invest. and then everyone started to invest, and then they just shut it down. That's the week. I don't know if Robinhood didn't want its users to try to fuck over the rich that short sell the poor. Maybe they should have come up with a different name. I don't know, man. Even like the Winklevoss twins of like Facebook fame were siding with like the Reddit GameStop nerds, and because they know what happens when you try to cross an ambitious virgin. They've been there. Those are my tweets for the week, guys. They just said them out loud. I do actually think the most interesting thing about the whole GameStop experience this week has been like the complete bipartisan response condemning Robinhood for shutting down their service. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came out against it, and then Ted Cruz, who tried to have her murdered at a fucking insurrection 3 weeks earlier, like totally agreed with her. She's like, this lady knows what she's talking about. And I think that's a good thing, right? That's a good step in the right direction. We should all be angry about the exact same things because it's happening to all of us. I mean, if we're lucky, we're going to get to a point where both sides of the aisle are talking about fleeing to Canada, and then maybe we'll just finally become Canada, right? That's sure make that easier. I don't know. We're ways away from that happening. We're far from being united. There's an op-ed in the New York Times this week where the writer has conservative friends that genuinely believe that in a Biden administration, they were going to get sent to re-education camps, which is just fucking insane. Because we just call them education camps. Because they're dumb. Because they're dumb joke. Cool. I've been inside too much. I've been inside for so long that I'm starting to hurt myself. While laying motionless. Like I'm constantly nursing a sports injury without the sports. I think just the complete lack of motion. It's like I live in a New York City apartment. If I stand in the middle of it, I can see my front door, my bed, my kitchen, my toilet from the same spot. Like I don't have a lot of space to roam. And I think I'm getting hurt all the time. Like this isn't fashion. I got into a slap fight with a German lesbian because we both have the same haircut. Too many injuries. I see how those jokes contradicted each other. I think getting hurt all the time is a Jewish thing. Like we're not known for being super tough, right? That's not really like there's two types of Jews, right? There's Israeli Jews and Larry David Jews. Let's just say I'm not sitting here because I qualified for Mossad. The Israelis are the tough ones, right? They do a martial art called Krav Maga, which is pretty cool. I feel like they need to invent a martial art for the frailer ones of us and just call it actual jiu-jitsu. I already figured out what it is. It's 10% stretching and 90% my parents telling me to quit comedy and go to law school. Real long sentence for a joke. Fucking Jews. I don't understand how Jews can ever do a 23andMe test. I mean, they've found us before. Why are we giving them updated directions? That's all I'm saying. My dad's Jewish. My mom was actually raised Catholic, and she converted to being Jewish when she married my dad. And my brother and I were also converted. I think we were converted. It was a ceremony where a rabbi made us take a bath together while he whispered prayers thanking God over and over again. Okay, I hear it. All right, it turns out we were made Catholic, I guess. I guess that's what that is. Because they rape kids is what I'm going for there. I do love it that my mom converted to being Jewish from Catholicism. I think it's pretty awesome because over the centuries, the Catholics have converted and insurrected so many Jews. It's nice that we finally got one back. It doesn't happen that often. We don't convert people to Jews. We don't have missionaries. Like we don't want you. We're not interested. We just don't have conversion confidence. I think is the problem with the Jews. We don't have the confidence to convert people. Like the closest thing we have to missionaries are a bunch of Hasidic Jews that stand on the streets in New York City on Friday nights, and they ask everybody if they're Jewish. And if you say no, you just keep walking. But if you say yes, they try to wrap you in fill in and say a prayer and remind you what being Jewish is like. That's how fucking unconfident Jews are. Not only are we not trying to convert other people, we're just trying all of our best not to lose the ones we already got. That was not worth the time I invested in that joke, I would argue. But one day, perhaps. Other than that joke, career is going okay. I'm starting to get some name recognition out there. And by that, I mean somebody asked me to do their podcast because we have the same name. Totally true. His name is Justin.
Name recognition.
It's this guy Justin Herman reached out to me to do his podcast, and I said yes, mostly because I wanted to try to talk him out of his Justin Herman Twitter handle. I'm just sick of being Justin M. Herman, like some sort of cheap Chinatown knockoff. Because there's real competition for this shit, right? Like social media handles, there's real competition for that name. Like on Venmo, I'm Justin Herman 4. I didn't even make the top 3, and I don't even think there are 4 Justin Hermans. I think fucking podcaster over there just fucked up, forgot his password, and was like, "I'll just start over." Who could this possibly hurt? I don't know. Your fucking guests? I'm not sure. I did the podcast. It was actually really fun. I did get competitive about weird stuff I didn't think I would. Like, I don't care that we have the same name. But he's got 4 kids. That's 4 kids' names I can't use. You know, like, I don't care there are 2 Justin Hermans, but there can't be 2 Justin Hermans in this world with a son named Sherman Herman. I don't want to live in that world. We were very different politically. He's a conservative pastor, and I'm a liberal Jew. But we were able to have a very civil conversation. Like, he asked me if I watched Fox News, and I told him if I wanted to get lied to, I'd rejoin Tinder. He's miserable about the election. He still complains about the election, which I feel the opposite about, of course. Every time I watch President Biden speak with, like, graceful optimism, it feels like such a throwback to sanity still, right? It feels retro, like dialing a rotary phone or defeating the Nazis. Even Kamala Harris is being the vice president. It's not just an aspirational moment for women of color. It represents an opportunity for every man like me hoping to marry up. I think we'll get there, guys. We'll break that glass ceiling. We're going to do it. A minute. All right, here's some California jokes in honor of Kamala Harris, vice president. A historical fact for you: the city of San Francisco, one of my favorite cities, was actually built around the gold rush. I don't know if you know what that is, but the gold rush, of course, is a sexual position. Where 2 people race to see who can come first, and the loser dies of cholera on the Oregon Trail. What else? Alcatraz, obviously a famous part of San Francisco. Alcatraz, of course, is a sexual position where you're in prison for the rest of your life on Jeffrey Epstein's island. The fortune cookie, this is a real fact too. Fun fact, fortune cookie invented in San Francisco. The fortune cookie, of course, is a sexual position. It's where you read somebody their lottery numbers after they bust inside you. And, okay, this is a good one. The Redwoods. You guys know about the Redwoods? Of course, the sexual position. It's where 2 dudes rub their dicks together for so long that the friction starts one of those 2020 forest fires. Nothing? No? One?
That's awful. It's horrible to think of that.
I appreciate it. I wish I could see who was not making eye contact with me while they said that, but thank you for that note. I don't know what else. I tried acupuncture recently. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. I don't care for it. Yes, acupuncture increases blood flow, but so does all stabbing. I don't know, man. If stabbing is a science, then we were having a science epidemic in our prisons. That's all that I know. I don't know. I still trust Eastern medicine. I trust Eastern medicine more than I trust Western medicine, you know, because, like, even when you look at the basics, like the Chinese believe there's energy points called chakras that can heal you, which is something. And Americans believe if you vaccinate your kids, they turn into werewolves. And so I feel like they're still on the right track. If you guys want me to end strong, I chose the opposite direction, but that was my time. I'm Justin Herman. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much.
Whoa! Thank you so much, Justin Herman. Wonderful stuff there, as usual. Making a bit of eye contact because I'm English, so I'm a bit shy, you know. Not very good at that kind of thing. So I'm English, so I don't get angry very often. But when I do get angry, I don't get very angry. That's the way we are. In fact, this is the most emotional I can possibly get. Yeah, but that's me having an orgasm, actually. So I'm joking. That's my wife having an orgasm. Believe me. Interesting talking about politics there. I said to Donald and Melania Trump, can you think of an original slogan? They said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. People keep saying Melania Trump is the new Jackie Kennedy. I'm like, please, Donald, buy yourself a nice new open air convertible. You know you want to. What the fuck was Jennifer fucking Lopez doing at the fucking inauguration ceremony? What the fuck has she got to do with politics, honestly? Since when has having a nice arse been a criterion for political debate? It's got nothing to do with it, you know. You might as well have Stephen Hawking opening the fucking Olympics, you know. Let's get this show on the road. No, I'm joking, but I think that Donald Trump was the prime representative of a complete country. That sentence also works without the final syllable. Donald Trump, what a contender. That works without the last two syllables. Seriously though, what is the difference between a hysterectomy and Donald Trump? A hysterectomy is not a complete cunt. Now, yeah, I know. Thank you, Wilkins. Yeah, I know. I have to be careful with that one because, you know, it's a bit... In fact, the other day I was doing it and this old woman with two kids comes up to me afterwards and says, Mike, can you please stop saying Donald Trump? Because he's such a fucking cunt, isn't he? Anyway, I think we're moving on now. We are going to have... Oh, this is a little bit of fun, in case you haven't had enough fun already. This is a new feature, and it's called the Lightning Round. I'll explain what it means. Now, if you don't speak English, because I know there are some Americans watching, very, very carefully. In fact, I'm going to write it slowly because I know that you can only read very slowly. So, in fact, this is my American joke. What brand's your T-shirt? Guess. I don't know. What brand's your T-shirt? Or the other one, which I particularly like, is what's another word for rent or loan? Hire. What's another word for rent or loan? They don't get any worse than that. So I'm going to explain what happens in the lightning round. Basically, somebody gets picked at random, and he or she, probably he, because there are no women here, but you've got to be careful what you say. He or she has 2 minutes to talk bullshit. So we're going to start now. Kim, are you going to choose or should I choose?
You forgot to remind them what happens at the end of the 2 minutes.
At the end of the 2 minutes, you've got to shut the fuck up, and there's a noise that tells you. Would you like to rehearse the noise, Kim? I feel like being clear doing this. You know.
Here we go.
Can you hear that? All right. That is sound language for shut the fuck up and let the next person speak. Okay. So we're going to kick off now. You're ready? Excellent. Yes. Let's have a bit of fun. I think I shall start with Nick. Go on, Nick. 2 minutes. Go on.
Go.
So the phrase that I am not a fan of at all, and it's finding your bliss. And I'm specifically not a fan of it when people talk about it in conjunction with their job. Like, you should find a job that sparks your bliss. No, you shouldn't. That's terrible fucking advice. Because the thing about a job is something you got to do every day. When you're hungover, you're tired, you're fighting with your spouse or your significant other, until eventually where you used to find your bliss is just hard work. And furthermore, there's a lot of nasty shit that needs to be done. There's a lot of things that need doing that no sane person could ever really find bliss doing it. They should have to be paid well to do it. Example, I'm in the age group now where I'm in the market for a proctologist. The last thing in the world I want is to glance over my shoulder mid-exam and find out that the doc keeps his bliss 2 knuckles deep. No thank you. I want the doctor that didn't study hard enough for his MCATs like everyone else. I like that joke because it's a joke that starts out about being about grammar and ends up being a joke about a finger up my butt without ever having to say the word finger up my butt until right there at the very end where I say it a whole bunch to get that cheap laugh line because I'm that big a showbiz whore. I love it. I also love it when someone converts to get married because one of two things is happening. You're either bullshitting me at this public event about what you proclaim to believe in front of clergy at an event that I'm supposed to bring a gift to, or you're throwing the good Lord overboard for a piece of ass. Either way, I really don't think you deserve an air fryer. I'm Nick Lindemann. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much.
Whoa. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Thank you so much, Nick. That was very good, as usual. Now I'm going to ask... I'm spoiled for choice. I'm going to go for Kim. Go on.
Fuck you.
I just did.
I was just about to say, don't you fucking dare. Okay, who here has got kids?
Inevitable.
Who here has what?
Who has kids?
No, I hate children.
No, okay. You sound a bit like Jimmy Savile. He always said that. He didn't like kids, but he liked, raping them. Anyway, but I'll tell you one thing about parenting, considering I'm talking about parenting and I don't have kids, is that there's one thing you learn from the parenting book is that, the love for your kids, they grow. The love for your kids grow. The closer to dead they look. Like, kill your kids. No, don't. I have to clarify, I did Nick's mic the other night, and his first word afterwards was, don't kill your kids. Don't kill your kids. I just want to clarify, if you're going to kill your kids, best way to do it is to throw them down the stairs head first. Like, do you want a lollipop? Look, there it is. Get out of it, you cunt! Like, just get out. Okay. Drugs in the UK are quite illegal. And when drugs became illegal, I don't think anyone realised that drug addicts don't give a fuck. Like, this is probably the closest representation you would have seen. So I'm going to be a drug addict. Here we go. Not in real life. And a pedestrian. Here we go. Oi, mate! You know that's illegal, don't you? Oh, fuck! Shit! I'm fucking addicted. I've been doing this for days. I'm going to have to go to fucking rehab. Anyway, that's been me. I'm going to sound the alarm and get called a cunt by Sir Bob Geldof. So, Michael, back to you.
Sorry about that. I just got a little bit distracted. Nothing wrong with that. So, thank you for that, Kim. Let's move on with Elazar. Surprise, surprise. Go on.
Thank you. So recently I was at a bus stop, and I saw this bus or this sign, and it said abortion, like anti-abortion sign, right? Abortion is not child's play, and I was like, that's very clever. These guys, they got the joke writers for the anti-abortion. Like, I get it, it's not child's play because you're killing a child. Really, it's just is this really the time for puns? Is your message not strong enough without it having a shtick? I don't know. I was calling the bank, and they have this disgusting jazz music hybrid while you're on hold, and it's horrible. What do they think? Just like make a static white. What do they think of doing with the music? Just like in my room, like. Oh, thank God for this music. They're not taking me for granted. They're letting me be entertained. Yes.
True story.
I was in therapy recently, and therapy it cost like $140 an hour, and I had to pee in the middle. I discovered pelvic muscles I never even knew existed. I'm trying to pee so hard. Get out of here! It's not the. Or I would have cut my bladder. Is that the timer buzzer thing?
No, you've got about 7 seconds.
Perfect. No, I'm kidding. That's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Oi, you ain't getting out of this, Michael. You ain't getting out of
Right,
this.
yeah. The next up is some specky cunt who's been pissing you off for the entire show already. Gets another 2 minutes to talk crap. So here we go. You ready?
Go.
Right. Well, I've been doing this for years now, and I'm still shit. So let's get it out of the way as quickly and painlessly as possible, so I can go to the pub and get pissed instead. My name is Michael Monkhouse. Michele Convento, if you're on Google Translate. Half my act is shit, but the other half is total shit. Try to combine these two things. I've been asked to take all the swearing out of my act.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, you ruined it.
No, seriously, I've been asked to stop making childish sexual innuendos. It's long and hard, but I'll pull it off. I have to stop stuttering and quoting David Bowie. Yes, it's time to make some changes. You see, I'm joking here, but David Bowie is a good friend of mine. And a while ago, we went to watch Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare. Incidentally, William Shakespeare did not leave an inheritance. He died without heirs. In fact, William Shakespeare didn't know what to call his son. He said, Toby or not Toby? Which reminds me of Leonardo da Vinci. He was fed up with his model complaining. He said, you're such a Mona Lisa. But anyway, I was watching Much Ado About Nothing by The Bard. And in the middle of the first act, I was sitting there with David Bowie, my good friend, and it's absolutely true, this story. In the middle of the first act, one of the leading actresses runs off stage and drops her purse. And I said, David, I wonder who that purse belongs to. And he said, could be heroes. And, oh, fuck. Oh, that went quickly. I have 7 more hours of this, so perfect timing. Wonderful stuff there. Thank you so much for that lightning round. I think we've had a good show. We've had a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what's this? Yeah, we're talking about the BBC studios. BBC studios, good. Now, anyway, as usual, I want to say a big thank you to all the fantastic acts that we've had. We've had some great comedians, and me. And as usual, I'm going to finish with a little joke. All right, I'm going to finish with a little joke. So here we go. I used to work in a zoo. And the main attraction of this zoo is a fantastic gorilla. It's very, very rare. And we have a male and a female gorilla, so we're hoping that they will mate and create another gorilla. But unfortunately, what happens, there's this awful tragedy, right? The male gorilla dies. The male gorilla dies. And this is a huge problem for us because this is our major source of income. So we have a big brainstorming session. We can't go to Africa to find another one. It's too complicated. They're too rare. And even if we get it, it can't live in captivity. So what are we going to do? Then a friend of mine, he says, listen, I've got an idea. I have a friend, and he's rather hirsute, right? Hairy, if you don't speak English because you're American, I understand. And he's very open-minded sexually. And I say, you're not suggesting that your friend bonks. Sorry if this is too technical. You're not suggesting that your friend bonks the gorilla, hoping to create a baby gorilla. And he says, have you got any better ideas? And I say, no, but how are you going to persuade him? And he says, £1,000. I said, where are you going to get £1,000 from? He says, I have £1,000 in the bank and I'm going to put it up to save this zoo because I love this zoo. But you do the talking. I say, fair enough. So I'll go up there. Bit of an audience there. I've got one person in the audience. It's 5 more than usual. And I'm chatting to this guy and I say, listen, I've got a business proposition to make. Right. Now, before you say no, it's for £1,000. All right, it's for £1,000. So, will you, for £1,000, have a relationship with the gorilla? And he says, I already have a relationship with a gorilla. I say, dude, that's fantastic. He says, yeah, I go to the zoo once a week, and the gorilla's my favourite part. I say, you don't understand. Listen, will you, for £1,000, take this relationship to the next level? And he says, what do you mean, like, order it a pint? I don't think she drinks. And I say, listen, mate, I'm just going to, as my dad says, I'm going to come out with it. Listen, will you, for £1,000, have sex with a gorilla? And he goes, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's all right. I say, are you absolutely sure? And he says, yeah, don't worry. Fine. I say, oh, thank you. You've just solved a crisis. And he says, yeah, but, wait a minute. Sex with a gorilla, right? £1,000. There are certain conditions. And I say, fine. I'm sure at this point, anything you say is going to be all right. And he says, right, condition number 1, nobody knows. So fine. Condition number 2, I choose the time and place. Great. Condition number 3, most important of all, this £1,000, can I pay in installments? Thank you very much. So that's enough from me. Yes, it is fun. It is fun. Yeah, it's great that you say gorilla rape is fun, and that's funny, because if you took away gorilla and just put rape is fun, it would be horrible, wouldn't it? Yeah. In fact, there was a great English comedian. I can't remember who it was. I think it was David Mitchell. And he said, isn't it strange that if you say rape, that's horrible. But if you say rape and pillage, it sounds like knockabout fun. You know, it should be worse, but it sounds awful. You know. Anyway, listen, I'm going to fuck off now. But before I fuck off, a couple of announcements. Number 1, next week's Housefire show will be hosted not by me, but by the hilarious Maggie Levine, right? She's very funny. I've seen her hundreds of times. She's always very, very funny. I'm not doing a show next week for reasons that I will not bore you with, because I really hate it, because I work as a teacher, you know, and I say, can I teach your kid tomorrow at 7 o'clock? And they say, no, because at 6 o'clock he goes to the gym, and then he comes home and he has a shower, and they have a shower in the gym. I don't fucking care. Just say no. I don't do the same to you. Can we have a lesson at 7? No, because at 7 o'clock I drink beer and masturbate to the Spice Girls Say Will Be There video. I don't do that to you. Anyway, tomorrow at 6:45 GMT, not PMT, there will be a preview of Kim Nash's one-man show, Talked Too Much, Stayed Too Long. I've already seen this show. It is awesome. So make sure you go and watch that. And before I definitively do fuck off, yes, I shall fuck off, I want a big round of applause for tonight's comedians. Many of them have fucked off as well. Doesn't matter. I'm going to stay anyway, because I am Michael and I am good. Big round of applause for Dominic the Comic, woo! Ryan Stannard, woo! Elazar Friedman, Jana Kelly, Kim Nash, woo! Nick Lindemann, Justin Herman, and some cunt called Michael Monkhouse. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. Tonight's show was sponsored by Top of the Morning Coffee. And if you don't know that, just remember Top of the Morning Coffee, and you're there. Thank you very much.